Alright, the time has finally come to play Jikandia, and I practiced record this for a while and hope I can get it right this time. Now basically Jikandia boils down to going through dungeons for 3 to 30 minutes, your choice, to collect treasure, see dialogue said by the characters based upon when you go into the dungeon, who's in your party, and so forth, and of course to basically progress the story. Now because the fact the game has multiple dialogue trees, what I plan to do is go through the 10 stages normally with one party and try to do the 10 stages again with other party combinations to show off dialogue. The dialogue you'll see for the male and female hall are mostly the same, except the certain dialogue is unique. A character might say stuff in the male hall game they never say in the female one, and vice versa. However, it's probably only like 4 or 5% of the dialogue in the entire game. Also, the dialogue is a bit random, so I'll probably have the stages be about 5 to 10 minutes each to give a chance for dialogue to appear. And there's also the fact certain stages have to be done a second time to get unique dialogue that comes from your second time being the stage before the dialogue becomes normal. So there will be repeated stages. I'm going to try doing a way it's structured so it goes in order, like using the same 2 people for 10 stages and another 2 people for 10 stages, and hope I can get as much dialogue as possible. Since it's random, I might not be able to get all the dialogue in the game, but I'll try to see what I can do. For the initial playthrough, I have planned on who to use in the party, but let's get started now. There's not much difference between these two, as I said before, but I'm going to go with the female hall just because. See what we can do. Maybe we'll do a playthrough for the male hall later. And we're going to keep her named Hall just because. Yes. And the perfect way to start a game. Going to school. Because there's nothing more important. Now. Yep. You'll get an idea of who those characters are later. Kana is the one speaking right now. I didn't realize before she had earrings until I started playing it this way on a computer to actually record it. Right. On time. Yeah, when you don't have many days you're on time, that probably is why they think you're always late. Problem is, people never remember the exceptions, unless the exceptions are so dramatic that they act like the exception's the rule. And yeah, these are your party members. And you can probably guess by the opening, but they have different outfits in the actual storyline. Well, storyline past this point, drama queen. Only unfortunate thing, the text is a bit slow to move forward, but I don't want to press buttons for fear it will go too fast. And I wish I could tell who was actually talking here sometimes. I mean, you could probably make educated guesses based on certain characters, but really hard to tell without having the character sprites appear. I guess they want it to be a bit of a mystery. And now a purple cloud, a vortex. And the world has ended. Well, the game's over. Thank you for watching this LP. It was great creating it, but it had to be a 1-episode LP. All thanks to Kotaro, who ruined everything. Remember, Kotaro made this episode on 1 LP. Yeah, I kind of knows exactly who to blame. And now we're in someplace. of course it'd be called the other world. You can't just call it Earth or something like that. And yeah, just getting to the name random gods just because it can. Tim. Great. Time management. Exactly what needed in an RPG. A time controlling spirit in a land called Jikandia where time has no place. Doesn't Jikan mean time? I mean, seriously? That seems kind of odd. And it has a town. Granted, since this place is supposed to not have time, or time has no place, there's really no need for a bunch of towns, is there? Anyway, if time has no place, then how would you be able to do anything? I mean, just moving your arm up and down uses up time. And yeah, we have to save the world. And apparently time moving is a bad thing as well. Great. Time equals chaos, remember that. He drags her to a world without her knowing. Does she have much choice but to accept or not? Technically speaking, you kidnapped her. Note to self, hide watch. Or actually put it, turn off clocks and hope Tempton doesn't get angry. I'm gonna skip the tutorial. He basically just talks about how you can manage time in the game. Really not necessary to see. I mean, heck, if I do the Mail Hall playthrough, I'll show the tutorials. Southern Prairie. Why can't it be called Green Hill Zone or Emerald Hill Zone? Or something like that. And the fact you can determine the amount of time is kind of cool. I guess it's based upon Tempton's powers. He can probably keep you in only for a certain amount of time, and he has to keep you in for a certain amount of time too, hence why you can't make the dungeons under 3 minutes, because they have to put out at least that much power, and you can't make them over 30 minutes because he can only put out so much power. That's the basic theory I'm going with.